Going, 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 going live.
Here we are live.
We are late, but we are live.
We are late, we are live. I couldn't find the camera for the
This little fella here that you
Yeah.
can see us on. So anyway, we found it. We're live, not to worry.
Yes.
How is everybody enjoying the hot heat? So it is very hot here in the UK at the moment. Well, in London especially, it is warm.
I've got to say it's so hot. We've just
You've got the
if you-
fan going.
if you can
You'll
hear
see-
yeah,
That's the fan.
whirring, it's the fan. And I'm just going to do it so that it faces us because it is
Top man.
yeah.
There you go. Cool. Remote control fan.
Yeah.
Always good. So how is everybody? We are good. We talk about our uploads.
Yeah.
Because you've been doing a lot of uploading.
Yeah, so we've done a few uploads. Well, we went out on Saturday.
Yes.
Yeah. So basically, I took my nephew out on Saturday, and we went to quite a few food places, didn't we?
We did. And actually, we had a really, really good time. We've uploaded some of them already, which you will see.
Yeah.
But, go on.
I'm
I'm so excited. I was going to say, go on.
I was just thinking, have I uploaded all of them now? Because we went to a few places. Because there was a couple of places we didn't film because we filmed them before. Right?
That's right, yeah.
So there were a couple of sorry, I'm just going to move back a little bit. So basically, we went to a few eateries, and I finally found the Frenchie.
Yeah, we are.
So I've been looking for this duck burger place for the longest time.
So you have had it for 3 years prior to, had you?
5.
5 years.
5 years,
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
So basically, they used to be at Whitecross Street, and that was when I first sort of saw them. And then they would come back every now and again, and then they started to be there every week. And then they stopped coming. And me and my cousin, we absolutely love this duck burger store, and they stopped coming. So when we realised we didn't work that far from each other, we used to meet each other for lunch, and we couldn't ever get the duck burger. And then they're quite good on sort of like face. I follow them on Facebook and stuff like that, and they used to post quite regularly. And I used to say, oh, when are you coming back to Whitecross Street and all of that type of stuff? And they said, oh, we're not going to come back there. I'm sorry, but we are at the Broadway, and we're at South Bank, and there was somewhere else at the time. I think they've changed from that place now. And I think the Broadway is near Ealing.
Yeah, so, well, as you know, Ealing Broadway. Now, the duck burger itself, it was like Kelly finding the Holy Grail. So we went to South Bank, we were walking there, and we walked down. So it's at the back end. So when we say the back end, if you're approaching South Bank is on the Alicia. Hello.
Hey, Leash.
We're just telling about the experience with the duck burger.
Yeah.
Which your son loved.
Loved.
So we got to South Bank. Richard, hello.
Hey, Richard.
First like. Thank you, Richard.
Thank you very much.
How are you? You good? How are you, Alicia? You okay?
Hope you're well.
Yes. So we got to South Bank. It's on the river. Now, if you go around the back end of it, that is where the duck burger will be. So it's another food market at the back. There's food markets right down the riverfront, but we didn't realise there was one at the back end, and that's where we ended up. And that is where the duck burger place is, and it's called
the Frenchie.
The Frenchies. It's called the Frenchie. It's got a sign that says "Go Duck Yourself" because it's obviously they're selling the duck. Coffee duck.
But you have to be careful because there's also a restaurant called the Frenchie, which is in Covent Garden, not to be confused with the Frenchie store market, the store at the market. Now, we went there last year, but we only did the front bit. We didn't realise there was a back bit.
Hi, Karen. How are you?
Hey,
Karen says good evening to both of you. It's been a while. Hope you're both okay.
We are. Hope you're well, okay.
I'm enjoying the weather, but now feel like I need a respite from it. Yeah, I can understand that. It's very, very hot, but we will be... Can't wait for this weather when we get to midwinter.
Exactly.
She loves the ears, by the way.
Thank you.
I hope you're okay, Karen. Nice to see you back. Yeah, it has been a while, but we're glad to see you back.
Yeah.
We're just telling about our experience of when we went to South Bank Food Market, which is one of the duck burgers Kelly's been raving about for a long, long time.
Oh my goodness. I've been waiting to try this duck burger for about 5 years. And I was chatting about it with my cousin. Sue's, and you know, we talk about this duck burger, and we both love this burger. So it was only because I watched another YouTuber popped up, and I've seen his YouTubes a couple of times, and he was doing a Christmas episode, and then that's when I realised, oh, there's a back end.
Yeah,
so when
yeah,
we
yeah,
went,
yeah, yeah.
so basically, if you ever go to South Bank, there's a walkway. So you go up the stairs and there's a walkway. There's a little row of restaurants. So you've got restaurants on the actual river side, and then you've got to go up to some steps, and then you're sort of like on a, not sort of like a platform, I guess. So it's a platform that leads in front of the Royal Festival Hall, and then it leads down the side of the Royal Festival Hall. You've got some restaurants there. You've got Coat.
Yeah.
You've got Ping Pong. I think Las Iguanas, maybe.
Yeah.
Some cocktail place. So you've got those along the sort of platform there, and then you go down the steps on the other side, and there's all of these stalls, like all of these stalls that you wouldn't know that were there.
Which we've missed. Oh, we've got a few comments. Richard said, "I'm done some food reviews soon to upload them from my dinner today." Oh, we look forward. So is this homemade food? I look forward to seeing that.
Yeah, I was chatting to Richard earlier.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Karen said, "Mark, you're looking well as well." Thank you, Karen. Although I can do with a haircut, it is growing. Alicia said, "Yeah, he was so full he didn't have breakfast until about 1:30. So we took him with us as well. I knew he really liked this duck burger, which we'll get onto. Yeah. Richard said, "Tips from my island trip. London will be 91 Fahrenheit. The island will be 77 Fahrenheit.
Wow.
So it's nice and cooler there." Okay, so this duck burger, we've got to tell you about this duck burger. I obviously don't eat it because I'm vegetarian, but Kelly loves this.
From the moment that I taste it, and they put on this jam, and they didn't put the jam on this time, but they did this sort of like syrup.
They did. They put it on the bun though. I noticed that because when we took
they put something that looked like mayo.
No, they did because I watched it. They put it on the top of the bun, and they put the mayo on the top. Right, just explain to everybody who doesn't know what confit duck is.
So it's almost like a pulled, like it's been pulled, like a little bit like pulled pork. That's what it looks like. That's the confit duck. So it's been pulled apart. But what they do, which is really good, which adds even more flavor, is they crisp up the skin, and then they just put a pile of skin on top of the duck, and they dress it with sort of like rocket and little bits of green. But I think it is just rocket actually. It might just be rocket. And then they ask you for your cheese. Now on that day, because it's not the cheese that I don't normally have raclette cheese.
No.
So they offered you 3 cheeses, which was raclette, goat's cheese, and blue cheese. Now there is another cheese that they do. So back in the day when they used to be at Whitecross Street, there was another cheese, but they didn't have it there because I knew I didn't have any of those 3 cheeses before. I think the other one was like a smoked cheese.
Yeah.
So that's what I had before. So anyway, so I just said raclette because I knew I didn't like blue cheese, and goat's cheese is so strong.
Kelly doesn't like goat's cheese or blue cheese.
And it's just a thingy flavour.
But I love the way. So what the guy does is he cuts this raclette cheese. He gets a little slice of it, and so basically they cook the duck burger on this griddle. So it's obviously just like a flat griddle.
Right, yeah.
And they're cooking it on there. And he just chucks a lump of this cheese, a big square lump of this cheese on the griddle. So that just melts on the griddle. Of course, he just scoops it all up with this metal scraper and puts it in the brioche bun, and then chucks that melted, it's like a pillow of melted cheese on top of that duck burger. Even I was thinking, well, that looks nice, and I don't eat it. So anyway, carry on, sorry.
So so he was doing all this, and it was just really delicious. And so what happened was, and it's not cheap, it's £12. So it's £12 for a burger. So most restaurants will charge you £10 for burger and chips. Some restaurants, though, they don't even include the chips. They just charge you £10 for a burger. Gone are the days of cheap fish and cheap burgers and chips, or cheap fish and chips. Those days are gone. Don't think you're getting a cheap Friday night supper, because you ain't. Anyway, so it's £12, and then if you wanted the duck fries with it, I think it was an extra £3 or £4 or something.
So you make me feel hungry, says Karen. So listen to this. So basically, when we took our nephew there the second time, I took him. They do an additional. They do chips, but the chips are fried in duck fat, so they are there. Now he said they were absolutely amazing, really, really. You could hear the crunch as he bit into them.
Yeah.
So they were duck fried chips. B Singularity, hello, Mark and Kelly.
Hey,
it's been a while. I'm glad
yes.
I could finally join you today. How have you guys been?
Oh, bless you.
We've been great.
Thank you for joining us.
Really good to see you, and I hope you're well. How are things with you? We're just telling you guys about our little food extravaganza we did at the weekend. So we just went to South Bank Market. Kelly's been after this duck burger from a place called, I keep forgetting the name of it.
The Frenchie.
The Frenchie. It's called the Frenchie. And they specialise in this confit duck burger, which we took our nephew, and he absolutely loved it. When he went like this, he took a bite out of it and went, "Oh my god, this is so good."
But that was because so basically I wanted to make, because Mark got him chicken cat, because he was obsessed with chicken katsu curry.
Oh yes, I bought him a chicken katsu.
And so I said to him, I want you to try this duck burger first. But when we got there, now considering that they were supposed to be open at 11, but they said, "Oh, we're aiming to be open by 12." And as soon as we got all the smells, my nephew was getting hungry because he hadn't had breakfast. To be fair, none of us had breakfast. We hadn't even had a drink before we left the house. And so we went there, and even I was getting hungry, and it was 20 to 12.
Yeah.
So we had to wait about 20 minutes for them to open. So we went around the market because it was my first time going around this, and they had this stall that did what you call it, waffles, chocolate waffles. We didn't go back and get those chocolate waffles.
No, we didn't. So actually, it was chocolate waffles and also fruit in chocolate.
Yeah.
Richard said you must try Antarctica cheese. A big slice costs you £4.50. It's so nice, not like any other cheese I've tried.
Really?
Well, I have to try it. Antarctica, I've not heard of that Antarctica cheese.
Never heard of it, and I'm not really a cheesy person, as you know.
I am. So I would like that. Now,
Mark and my mum.
Yeah,
You're
so
my mum.
There's a place actually in the Pickles, right? There's a market called the Pickle. The Pickle is in Seven Dials, just off of Covent Garden in central London. And there's a place there that does cheeses. It's very hard to find, Richard. Do let me know, because it would be interesting to see this. But this cheese place, now you guys.
Oh, I was thinking cheese. It's Cucumber Market.
Cucumber, not
Cucumber Market. Cucumber Avenue.
Cucumber Avenue. Sorry, I keep thinking Pickle Avenue.
Yeah, because I was thinking Pickle, and I was like,
anyway, Cucumber Avenue, which is in Seven Dials, Cucumber Avenue, and they have, the old-fashioned sushi places. You saw the sushi go round on a little spindle as you sat round. Instead of sushi, it's cheese, slices of cheese. And you just take those and eat them. And that is all they sell, is slices of cheese. But we'll come on to that. We're back onto the confit duck burger. So it was like this pillow. So they, like I said, they took the raclette, they cooked it on the thing. They Waltham Abbey have a cucumber festival. Oh, okay. This place, I think it's just called, they don't sell cucumber, it's just called Cucumber.
Yeah, it's just called Cucumber Alley.
So of course he scraped all this pillow of cheese, put it on the confit duck burger. What would you say it was like? Describe it. In brioche bun, by the way. So
it's in a brioche bun. It's just such a, now don't get me wrong, because there's another market and they were also doing a duck burger, but it doesn't touch the Frenchie. I've tried a couple of duck burgers, but I've got to say, however they're doing the confit duck, so however they're preparing it or whatever, with a combination of I didn't see him put the jam on, but you did see him put the jam. So a combination of the jam, and they do, now before they didn't do this syrup thing. So I don't know what syrup thing he was doing.
I think that was honey.
It was quite dark to be honey.
Yeah, I think it was honey.
Well, okay.
So they had the sweetness of that on the duck.
And they were doing this, and I just thought, oh my god, it's going to be so good. And so I gave my nephew half because I wasn't sure whether he was going to like it, because he already had the chicken katsu curry, but he's obsessed with chicken katsu. I don't know why. He's obsessed with chicken katsu curry, and he's going, I've really got to try this. So Mark got him the chicken katsu curry first, and then I gave him half my burger, and he's like, oh my god, this is so good. So I was eating the burger, and then I said, right, I want to take you to another place. And then so he had that. But if you're ever in South Bank and you do eat, you're a meat eater and stuff like that, I highly recommend. It's my favorite thing that I think I've had for a very long time. It's one of those things that I can thoroughly recommend and thoroughly say, do you know what? Like, there are other things that I can recommend, but they're only things that I would say, yeah, they're all right. It's worth going there for a try. One of them being, we went to, I think they pronounce it Hefor, of the pancakes. I think they're all right. They're all right. They're not the best thing, but they're all right. But you really like the Huffle pancakes.
Oh, they were really nice. So they're Japanese pancakes, really, really thick. Oh, we've got some more comments. So the singularity. So Richard said, my island's going to have a lot of local foods you would like to try. I'll be giving details near the time. Please do. We must do a joint video at some point as well, because I would like to do that with you. The singularity said, I've been very busy and I'm good, thanks. All your videos make me super hungry. I absolutely love your videos. I'm very happy when I receive a notification when there's a new one out. Oh, thank you. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed. Nahar!
Hey, Nahar!
She got her braces done on Saturday, and I got my 2 teeth out yesterday.
Oh,
Plus,
wow.
I want to hear all about Fuerteventura. How was it? Did you have a good time? Oh, and Thunder, hello. How are you?
Hope you're well.
Yeah, hope you're well. Nice to see you. So we've got we've got a lot of people joining us today. This is really, really good. Yes, I'm glad you got your braces. I'm glad you've already got braces, Nahar. Oh, and also, you tell us about Fuerteventura. How was it? Did you have a good time?
Did you enjoy?
Tanned after your little excursion out in the sun?
Did you get to the beach? Did you get to the pool?
Thunder said we're good, thanks. We're really well, thank you too. We're just telling you guys all about our little adventures. So we went out for lots of food. Oh, it was amazing. I'm glad you had a good time.
Oh, that's so nice. I bet the weather was lovely.
I know. I was going to say out there it would have been really, really hot. Of course, you went out one of the hottest days of the year as well.
Yeah, definitely.
There was a barman and me, and my brother loved him.
Oh. So
Go on, the next bit.
there are things I can like really thoroughly recommend. Like I like the ice cream at the parlor at Fortnum's.
Yes.
Really good ice cream. Don't get me wrong, there's better ice cream that I have tasted, but I really liked their sorbet, and I love anywhere that does lychee ice cream. I really love lychee ice cream. So there are things that I can, and I've got to say I can 100% recommend the duck burger. Things like the Ivy Asia. I really liked the Ivy Asia. I also like the Ivy in Victoria. I think that's a really nice Ivy as well. There are things like, I'm just trying to think off the top of my head, things that are like creme cookies. Can thoroughly recommend those. Yeah,
so we did do those as well. So now, Thunder said, good to hear you. Are you enjoying the humid weather? It's really hot. I love this type of weather, but I think you're struggling a little bit in the heat, aren't you?
I struggle a little bit with the humidity. So I love it when it's hot. I love it when it's warm and all of that. I love being sort of, down by the beach and all of that type of stuff. So that there's a lot more air and things.
Nahar said this is the waiter, the barman. He was speaking Spanish and saying in Spanish to us if we know how to, asking if we could speak Spanish. She said he loved us too, but me more. Well, there you go. Who doesn't love Nahar?
Exactly.
Who does not love Nahar? B Singularity has asked, do you have any more ice cream videos planned? Now, let me tell you, if you don't mind. So, when we went out, we ate a lot. So we filmed quite a lot of things. So we had, obviously, you had the duck burger. Then, obviously, we
had Boon Sheik.
Boon Sheik, which is the Korean corn dog. Then we went and had cookies. Then we went and had, what else did we have as well?
We had the croissant.
We
had,
and you had a pizza. So my intention was to go and do ice cream. I was so full, I couldn't do it. But I am going to do a series of ice cream. We've done quite a few, but I want to do more. So I do want to go and try, go back to Milk Train just to do a little short on it.
Yeah.
We want to do dirty ice cream. So dirty ice cream, for those of you who are interested, they do an ice cream which is in a donut. So rather than the jam filling, is ice cream.
Ube ice cream.
Ube ice cream, and I really want to do that. So I want to show you guys that because I've been itching to do that for such a long time. There are some other ice cream parlours that we want to take you, so you can see the good ones to go to in London. We will be filming those in the next couple of weeks.
This is itching my head.
Oh, is it? All right, maybe swap it.
The sweet sequins, I think.
Richard said, I'm going to do an ice cream review on my island trip if you're interested. World famous. Yeah, please, Richard. We are very interested in seeing that because it gives us some ideas as well. And again, we will do a joint one at some point that we want to do.
See, because the thing is, we've done a couple of ice cream videos already. So we've done Milk Train, and we did the ice cream parlour at Fortnum's, and we did Snowflake as well.
Yeah.
So we've done those three. I also did at Mameson's, but it was a video short where I I haven't done it on YouTube. It's actually on TikTok. So some videos I've got on TikTok, some videos I've got on YouTube. But I did I took my other nephew, so my nephew's brother, but they're both my godsons. Unfortunately, when I took the older one, not everything was open. So the younger one, because we took him on a Saturday, like pretty much everything that I wanted to try was open. But when I took the older one, it was on a Monday. So like a lot of the places, like Rome was closed and the market stall was closed. So we only really got to try the ube ice cream, the ube bilog, and boon chic. So that was
Yeah,
the
the
only
rest
two
was shut,
things.
I know.
Everything else was pretty much shut.
Thunder said, you like the heat but no humidity. Have you two ever been to Dubai? The weather, people are amazing, and the food, and they have a cheesecake factory there. Well, I'd love to. I would love to go to Dubai. You're not so sure, but I would love to do Dubai. What's it like, and did you enjoy it?
You know what? It's never appealed to me, but my cousin's been, and my sister's been, my cousin's been. I know quite a few people that have been.
Yeah.
And they've really enjoyed it. But it's never been on my radar, really, I suppose. Did we have to stop off there one day?
Yeah, we did, but we never went into.
Did we stop off when we were on the way to Mauritius? Where were we on the way to?
Yeah, I think it's Mauritius.
Yeah, I think the first time.
Yeah.
The first time, yeah, we actually stopped in Dubai.
We stopped in Dubai, but we're only the airport. We didn't go out.
Yeah,
there.
it wasn't long enough to sort of go and. But my cousin's been. She really enjoyed it. I don't know if she plans to go again, but she had a friend that was working out there. So that's the reason why she went. And my sister's been a couple of times.
So Richard said, I love Hotel Chocolat ice cream. Now, we have tried their milkshakes, but we've not tried the ice cream. So that's something we could potentially do.
I've tried the ice cream one time. But I was somewhere and I asked you if you wanted, but you didn't want. But I remember when we tried the milkshake, I asked you if you wanted the milkshake, but you didn't want it. But when you drank it, when you tasted
it was good.
Yeah.
I have to say, it was
pretty much drunk mine.
Naha said, I love Maki ice cream. That's a good one. We will do another one for Maki ice cream. The Singularity says, by the way, I'm part Korean. So seeing you guys trying Korean food at Boonseek, is Boonseek, isn't it? It's pronounced. Yeah. Made me really excited and happy. I didn't realize you're part Korean. Well, we're glad you. Do you know what? We're really big fans of Boonseek. We really do enjoy it, and that's the first time we've actually tried Korean corn dogs.
Korean corn dogs, yeah.
But obviously I'm vegetarian, so I only have the potato one. But I highly recommend that to anybody. Really, really good. You preferred it to the meat ones, didn't you?
Yeah, I didn't like the one with the actual hot dog in it. So it but it was actually, there's another lady, Gloria.
Yeah.
Is Gloria? Where is Gloria based?
Gloria's based in Singapore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she told us that it was pronounced Boonseek.
Yeah.
She wrote. She goes, she'll comment on our videos sometimes, and sometimes she joins us for the live if she can stay up late enough. But sometimes it's a bit too late for her.
Yeah. So obviously they're about 5-6 hours ahead, so that's why.
But hi, Gloria.
Yeah, if you're watching,
I hope you're watching. On the later one, hi.
But yes, we really do enjoy it, and we would. One of our recommendations for you guys would be, if you get a chance, do try Boonseek. Our recommendation is the potato and the mozzarella one.
Yeah, and I reckon, for me personally, there are two places now to go, 2 locations. One in Covent Garden in Villiers Street, and then the other one is on Charing Cross Road. But I feel the one on Charing Cross Road is better.
Oh, now talking of which, Richard said, Thunder, I have run clubs friends always go to Dubai and bring back food from the Run Club. I'm not sure about the Run Club, but Richard also said there's a Korean shop in London. Love it there. Whereabouts is that, Richard? Be good, yeah, if you just let us know the street, if that's okay, because that would be good for us to go and try.
Yeah, and a friend of mine, she took me to a Korean restaurant, and we had this rice dish, and they broke the egg on top because it came in a really hot sort of, it's almost like the same bowl that you get what is it called, mortar and pestle, and it came in sort of like this big heated stone sort of thing, and they broke the egg on top, or there was an egg on top, and they mix it, and it cooks in the while it's in the bowl with the rice and everything. But it was really tasty. Really enjoyed it.
Where am I? Oh, no, I said Maki ice cream is an actual ice cream shop. I didn't mean like McDonald's. No, I know that's what you mean. I know that's what you mean, Mackie's. Don't worry, I'd rather McDonald's.
Is it Mackie?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Mackie's. I think I have heard of them, but I knew what. The other thing we want to try, by the way, is I only discovered this in America. You guys have probably had this already, but it's the ice cream sandwich. You get cookie, ice cream, cookie. So it's sandwiched in between two cookies. And then they dip that in chocolate, and then they dip that in sprinkles or M&Ms. That is really good. So we will be trying some of those soon. Richard said, I'm a huge fan of Twice in Korea. Okay. Thunder said, oh, I see, but Dubai is definitely an amazing place. Some people get put off because it seems very strict, but it's a fun place and very safe, and amazing beaches and water parks too. That doesn't put me off at all. I mean, the culture is one thing I would want to go there to see.
But also I think in the hotels anyway, when you go to a resort, I know it's a lot more relaxed, but I know a friend of mine went because she went biking in the sand dunes there.
Oh yeah.
So so she went back, but I know that they are in a lot of areas now. They're a lot more relaxed, and I know it's a lot more thing. It's just never been on my list, I've got to say. I think maybe because where I used to work, they used to we had people working in Dubai and working in Abu Dhabi and working in sort of like different areas, buildings and all of that type of stuff, working on specific projects out there. So I know a lot of people that have been, but it's just never really been on my list.
You see now how Nahar tries to trick me? She said, what? Wait, it's a real place. I was just trying to trick you. It is as well. I just searched it, lol. You see, you tried to trick me, but it was right. We know it's a place. And we will show you that. Actual fact, when you are in London, Nahar, you'll be able to go and you'll be able to see. So this is one of the reasons why we do all this as well, because we love showing you the videos and good places to go to. I know we pretty much do London, but London's got so many places to try.
So many places. But the other ones that we want to try, there's Dalish, which you mentioned that you
really want to try Dalish.
I really want to try Humble Crumble.
Oh yeah, we will try that.
And there is another, but like I said, Mameson's, which is dirty ice cream, which you want to try. But I really want to try the ice cream in the donut, the ube ice cream in the donut. I tried the bilog, which was nice. It was in a milk bun, but it was only okay for me. But I liked that it wasn't too sweet. But my nephew wanted it to be really sweet.
Just for anybody else, just explain what a bilog is to those who don't know.
That's what I was just saying. It's a milk bun.
So a milk bun with ice cream in the middle.
Yeah. So basically, it's a bun, and they put the ice cream in, and then they flatten the edges. But it's the bun is made in a certain way, so they call it a milk bun. So I had the ube ice cream, and ube is like a potato. I guess like a purple potato. It's got a wonderful color, and they made it into an ice cream, and it's not super sweet. It doesn't taste savory, but it's not super sweet. And my nephew, he goes, oh no, I would prefer it if it was super sweet. Whereas I was the opposite, because I feel it's quite palatable. But I tend to these days like sorbets, as long as they're not sharp and they're more refreshing. And I don't know if anybody's ever tried any limoncello sorbets or lemonade sorbets or anything like that really cleanses the palate. I really like.
Okay, so V Singularity said, yes, Korean shops. Oseo is a good one. It's basically a Korean supermarket. Thank you. Richard, please, if you would screenshot the location in the inbox, that would be brilliant so we could see. Richard's got a smart light. I feel so lazy. I can turn my house light on and off just by saying, lights on, lights off. Oh, is that one of the Alexa ones? Yeah, you do the claps as well. Thunder said, and you, as you say, many people work there who are from the UK and other places. This has been Dubai.
Yeah.
He said, what countries are on your bucket list? V Singularity said, congratulations on 700 subscribers, by the way, guys.
You.
On the way to 1,000. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I hope we get to 1,000.
Yeah, but thank you, and a big thank you for all your
support,
because we would never be able to do it without you guys.
Thank you so much. And I'm so happy that we get to talk to you guys and interact with you guys and stuff like that.
So and also as well gives an excuse to eat loads of nice food and then video it for you. So bucket list.
Do you know what? My bucket list when I was younger was I really wanted to go to Disney. Yeah. Although I didn't know what it was called at the time, but I always wanted to go to Disney and New York. And the reason why Disney and New York was because obviously when you're growing up, especially in the UK, as in our generation anyway, you had loads of films and everything was filmed in New York. So you would see all these streets and you'd see all these places. Like if you watch Superman, that was based in New York, or they called it Metropolis.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of the others, and you had programs like Kate and Ali, or you had The Golden Girls, which was filmed in Florida, and you had I'm just trying to think of all the, you know, Mel's Diner, and just so, and there was just loads of American programs which sort of dominated the TV in the sort of 70s and 80s, and I think that made that sort of like propelled my imagination, I think. And I always wanted to be involved in acting and something to do with the arts and all of that type of stuff. So I think my bucket list was always something like New York and Disney, because obviously growing up you want to feel the dream of Disney. And I did, Universal sort of wasn't on my radar, but it was more Disney and New York.
Miss Monroe, how are you?
Hey, Miss Monroe. But what's everybody else's bucket list? What's you guys'
haven't
bucket
said what
list?
there is. What is your bucket list now? So basically, on my bucket list, I always had Vegas, New York, and Florida, which I've now done. My bucket list now, ones I would love. I've never been to anywhere in Antipodia, so either Australia or New Zealand. I would love to go to. Would love to try those.
Could you take the flight?
I wouldn't be the best of things, but I would just love to go, just to say I've been there.
You'd stop off in Singapore though if you go to Australia.
Yeah, I've never done India. I'd love to do India, and I would love to do China. I have never done the Far East, so I'd love to. Those are places I would most definitely like to go to.
I would like to do. I've got to say, I'd like to do Bora Bora, and I would also like to do the Maldives. I think Bora Bora more than the Maldives, maybe. I would love to see that blue, clear sea and all of that. And I think that, but I know that there's not much to do there. Goa looks very lovely. I would like to try that. There was another city that I wanted to do, and I can't remember what the city was. I'd really love to go back to Toronto, because I love Toronto. Where was the other place? See, these are places I'd like to visit. They're not bucket list.
Richard said my bucket list is just 2 filled out this year. Well, some of them. Well, that's good. You got them.
I tell you what, a bucket list. I tell you what bucket list I've got. Orient Express.
Oh yes,
that is a bucket list.
We did look at the Orient Express. It looked amazing, phenomenally expensive, and that's the problem. But it looks amazing. B Singularity said, "Oh, I really want to go to Disney World Orlando, but haven't been able to afford it yet." Honestly, if you can go, it's amazing.
If you want to email me later, or at a time when you feel, I can have a look for really good deals for you. I mean, it might not be good deals at the moment, purely because of obviously Brexit and the Ukraine war and pandemic. So things aren't as good a deal as they used to be, but there are still deals out there. So if you and I can give you a lot of information on things. So if you want to email me, I can then email you some details and things like that.
Or anybody that's interested in going to Orlando.
I can help you with that.
So there are a few stipulations at the moment, just purely because of the way things are. But if you can hit those stipulations, you're good to go. Alicia said New Zealand or Australia with them spiders. No thanks, Mark. Do you know what? It's not the big spiders; it's the little ones that are the deadly ones. But the one thing though, and I do agree with Alicia, that does put me off about Australia. There's more poisonous animals per square mile in Australia than any other place on the planet.
I would love to go to Sydney.
Yeah.
I'm told Sydney is very small though, but Sydney is one of the places that I think, oh yeah, that'd be quite nice. And where is it? They've got that big dome where they do all the concerts. Is that in Sydney?
Oh yeah, you're talking about the Sydney Opera House.
Yeah. I'd love to go there. I think that would be amazing. But again, I'm not sure about the flights.
24-hour flight. Yeah, that's a long time in a plane.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm okay with flights, as you know.
Yeah.
So they don't make me anxious and things like that. But to fly for that long, like with me, I like looking at flights in the sense of doing a shift at work.
Yeah.
So if it's 8 hours or whatever, or even if it's going to somewhere like Mauritius, which is like 15 hours, 13 hours or whatever it is, to me that's like a double shift at work.
Yeah.
And so anything above a double shift, I don't know. I don't know if I could handle it.
Richard said my bucket list this weekend is secret, but rest are York, Iceland, and this Halloween it's going to be a scary, very haunted. Oh right, okay. Do you know what? Iceland, I wouldn't mind going to. Everyone that's been, I've got quite a few friends that have gone and said it's absolutely beautiful, Iceland.
Well, I was just about to say one of my bucket lists actually to see the Northern Lights.
So yeah, that would.
I would love to see the
be
Northern Lights.
Finland, I think you'd have to go to. There.
It's Reykjavik. You have
yeah,
to
Reykjavik.
go to.
Yes,
Reykjavik.
yeah. Alicia said, "I'm scared for so I know you don't like spiders."
Me either.
VC now said, "I'd love that, Kelly. Thank you so much.
Definitely.
If I get to plan, I'll definitely email you when you need help in the future."
Oh yeah, just trust me. I'll help you. It's not a problem.
Oh, Alicia said, "My friend's going to Singapore today, and it's going to be a long flight for her."
Yeah, because normally when you go to Australia, you stop off in Singapore.
Yeah,
normally.
that's right. That's right. So on the way there, and my cousin lived out there for a while. Absolutely loved it. Said it's a brilliant place to live, but very, very hot.
A friend of mine, her brother's just has moved to Australia. She's going to go and visit him soon.
Oh, okay.
So she's going to spend a good few weeks there, three weeks to a month, and she's going to really enjoy it.
Charlie, hello.
Hey, Charlie.
And 548 followers. Congratulations. Well done. You're really so. Charlie, I think Charlie, when you were first coming on here, you were on about 100 and something. So you got up to 548. That's really, really good.
Wow.
So you've been bashing up the leagues.
I'm telling you. So, what other places have we visited food-wise? Have you really enjoyed? What's been your favourite?
All right, food-wise. So I've got to say, so I did that. So the United States is very, very different, hit and miss. We talked a bit about the barbecues. Sorry, the buffets. That's the word. So Vegas has got some absolutely fantastic buffets. If you are going for all you can eat, I would definitely recommend some buffets in Vegas for to try. New York, when we went there were some really good little places that we went to.
Yeah, there's not many buffets there.
No,
they're
not buffets,
really.
I'm talking about restaurants.
Yeah, they do. They're more on the restaurant sort of vibe.
But in terms of other places that we've been to, we tend to end up going to the States each year. But when we've done Europe, I've got to say, the one thing which I was slightly disappointed about, which is everybody raves about the food, was when we went to Paris. Everybody raves about French food. And the restaurant, maybe it's just the restaurants we went to, but it wasn't as good as I thought it would be.
Yeah, but the thing is, when you go to Paris, there are certain restaurants that Mark can't go to because they don't do vegetarian food. So... And they don't do your portion size.
No.
So you wouldn't enjoy it. But I know that if I went to other restaurants and tried their food, I know that I would enjoy it because I know it would be, nouvelle cuisine or whatever, and that would be okay for me. That's why you wouldn't. That's why you wouldn't and don't enjoy it.
We've got a little thing here from Naha. She said, "I'm going to London on Sunday, but I don't know if I would see ice cream shop or not because I'm going to visit family." Now, can you do me a favor? If while you're on your phone, Google Milk Train ice cream. Really recommend you try that one if you can just try one.
And it depends where if it's the centre of London, then you're okay. So if it's anywhere in Zone 1, more towards Covent Garden, Leicester Square, that sort of area, you can speak to your parents and I'm sure they'll take you. But if you're talking about
a specific
Zone
place.
2 or Zone 3, you might not get to. Yeah.
But there are places there. So if you let us know roughly where you're going to be, we will try and help you get a place to go to. Richard said, "My Halloween scary haunted trip is in North London. I've done it before. This time I'm going to be deep into the scary parts and staying and experiencing it." So are you going into a wood or somewhere? Is it a natural haunted thing? Or are you going to an event like there's always like a haunted event, like a plan do? That will be interesting. Or are you keeping it a secret until nearer the time?
Yeah.
Thunder said, in Orlando near Universal Studios, there's a DoubleTree hotel, and they have had an ice cream called Superman. It was blue and red and tasted like sour candy. Did you try anything like that there? Oh, no, we didn't try that. Although, go on.
I did try. So years ago, and it was. Where's the one where they have the Poseidon type?
That is that's Orlando.
Yeah, but is it Universal or
it's Universal.
Or is it Disney?
No, it's Universal. It's Universal.
Because it had the Dueling Dragons. Yes, it was Universal.
Yeah.
Okay, so not too far from where the Dueling Dragons are, which is now Hagrid's ride. Years ago, they had like an Aladdin type sort of theme. And they did a pineapple ice cream that was so good. It was phenomenal. It was really, really good. And then they sort of got rid of that. So now they don't have that anymore. But in Magic Kingdom, I think it is, they do the pineapple Dole Whip, which is really good. I like it, but sometimes it can be a bit too sweet, so I don't get it that often. But that is really good, the pineapple Dole Whip. And they also do a different one as well.
Yes, they do. They do a
It's like a reddy colour.
a melon colada. The melon.
Right.
It's melon. You've had the melon colada.
Yeah, but that's at Universal. Is that at Disney? Oh no, that's at Disney. So then in Hollywood Studios, they did they do like these frozen. They are alcoholic drinks though. But I'm assuming they do non-alcoholic. I'm not sure. But Mark just went, and I like pina coladas. My favorite. I really enjoy it. But they had a melon colada, and it was so good. But then they did margarita. I'm not really a margarita person.
B Singularity's got to go. Thank you for joining us. Take care. Lovely to see you too.
Thank you for joining us. Yeah, the margaritas and things like that I'm not into, but that melon colada was so good.
Now the one I've got to show you, my recommendation is, it's obviously not. I know this is a Starbucks, but if you go to Toothsome's Chocolate Emporium, which is also at Universal Studios, if you imagine they do a milkshake like this, and they put an entire cupcake on the top, but they tell me that they blend another cupcake in with the ice cream. That was delicious.
Was that an excuse?
That was an excuse. Yeah. But no, that was true. Did they or did they not?
Was that an excuse to have a sip of my drink?
It was. Thunder said, "Why did they get rid of the pineapple ice cream? It was really, really good."
So good.
So Richard said, "Scary Trip is an abandoned railway." Here's something interesting. Part of the Chatham Railway is a tiny bit radioactive. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Do you know what, actually, some of them are really good. I don't know if you guys have ever been, but in London, you can actually go, they do a ghost tour of the old abandoned underground. So you can actually go on the parts of the underground which are no longer are obviously working, and they keep it as it was, like when it was abandoned back in the 50s, 60s, whenever it was. So again, that's something we should look to do, actually, because we were going to do that.
I've actually done a walking. So basically in London, they do these walking tours. So you got the Jack the Ripper tour, and you got different ones. But I went on the ghost tour, on a walking ghost tour.
Yeah.
And so they take you around. This one was done in the city. So they took you around certain points in the city, and they tell you little stories about that it's haunted and why it's haunted and all of that type of stuff. So it's a couple of hours walk. So as long as you're up for walking for a couple of hours, it's really good. And I really, really enjoyed it.
Charlie asked, Mark, was that thing you had a food on that video? Yeah, so all the ones we've done recently, these are all food bits that we've had. So we did obviously the ice cream one, which you guys would have seen, the various cakes that we had, but everything on that is actual food that we've had in the last 3 to 4 weeks that we've been uploading. Our recent one as well, we did the cookies that you would have seen. They don't look, I know what you're saying, because they don't look like food at all, but they are. They're almost like giant wheels, but they are absolutely delicious. That's really, really good.
I don't think I've uploaded creme yet, but creme is included on one of our videos that we did before.
That's right, one we did before. We haven't uploaded that one, but the other one, I was thinking the tahini cookie. I think Charlie might be thinking about that.
Yeah, but I've not uploaded that as a video, unless...
Or it could have been one that we had before. Because the other thing is, as well, you would have seen, we've done loads of croissants, which are ginormous. So that was food. It doesn't look like it, but it is. And the pizzas as well. They look like just flatbreads, but they are as well. Richard said, Folkestone Railway Station is there, but Folkestone Pier Station is there, but no railway. But it's a tourist-themed station. That's interesting as well, because... like I said, with the old abandoned railways as well, you can do ghost tours with those. One of the ones we were thinking of doing, there's many they do around London, including the Jack the Ripper tour. I know that's not quite the same as the railways.
Yeah.
But like I said, all these abandoned places, they tend to do sort of a ghost tour with them. So I'll be interested to see if you're going to do a ghost tour with the abandoned railways, especially the one you just mentioned previously, the one with the radioactive. I suppose you can't do that if it's radioactive. But you were mentioning about doing a ghost tour. So I wondered if it's is it part of an official ghost tour, or are you making your own ghost tour? Thunder asks, have you ever eaten at Prezzo?
Yes.
We have. What do you think?
Prezzo...
Before I give you my...
Okay, so what it is, I find that I have an expectation on restaurants. So I have what my basic restaurants would be. So things like McDonald's, KFC, they're sort of like fast foody type ones. Then I have ones that are just sort of above that. So you have like Nando's and Shake Shack and all of that. And then I have one just a little bit above that. So you've got your Prezzos, your ZZs, and all of those types of restaurants. And then it goes up and up and up. Now, I find Prezzo for me is okay if you just want something, you want something a little bit okay, you know, like pasta based, pizza based, and like it's not a fantastic restaurant by any stretch, but I don't mind it. I like it. So, you know, I used to really like their pizza loaded fries, which they don't do, or sometimes it's seasonal. Their desserts don't really impress me, but that's not subject to them. There's lots of restaurants that even the higher end ones, I think the dessert, I feel like I have to go to a dessert dedicated place rather than having desserts in restaurants.
Well, I don't know though. To be fair, some of the restaurants do nice ones, but the one for me with Prezzo, so if you think about it, out of the high street, I call them the chain ones. You've got Prezzo, you've got Pizza Express, you've got Ask, you've got ZZ's, you've got I would say Pizza Hut, which is probably one of the other ones as well. So out of the lot of those, my favourite would be, I do like Prezzo, I have to say, the pizzas are nice. If I was given a choice out of all of them, my probable go-to would be either Ask or ZZ out of those ones. But I do like Prezzo.
Yeah, I think I would, you know what, I'd class Pizza Hut along with McDonald's and KFC.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I've got to say, I agree with you. Yeah. I don't put Pizza Hut and Domino's, I don't put as high as the others.
Yeah, like with me, I mean, Prezzos are sort of like above average. You know, you can go in there. If you drink wine, you know, you can get a nice glass of wine. I don't drink wine, but you can go in there, get a nice glass of wine. We're not real drinkers. Well, you don't drink at all, and I'm occasional, very occasional, probably like 3 times a year maybe, and it'll be 1 or 2 drinks.
Although you are doing a cocktail making class,
I'm doing a cocktail. So basically, my cousin wanted to do something a bit different, and our family are finding it difficult these days to get together more often because you know, people are having children, they've got their own daily things to do, they've got in-laws to visit, things like that. So it gets a bit difficult sometimes for us to get together unless there's a family event. So my cousin said, oh, do you know what? Let's go and do a cocktail making class. So we're going to go and do a cocktail making. It's my first time. I've never done a cocktail making class before. But she has. But like I said, I'm not really a drinker. I don't really like the taste of alcohol. So, and I know a lot of people that go to do these classes. They want to, you know, they want to have a drink. I do this because that's how I think of them. They want to have a drink. They want to do this. They want to do that. And I'm not really like that. I like drinks where you can't taste the alcohol, so very subtle. So it's going to be very interesting. I'll probably take a sip and get other people to drink my drinks. I think that's how how it's gonna play out. I think. I'll get my sister-in-law Alicia to sort of have a few of my drinks. I'm sure my brother will drink my drinks as well.
So Richard said, check out Wonders of the London tour. It's free, but take donations. They do the Jack the Ripper, Harry Potter, and loads more. Oh, right. Okay. Wonders of London. Thank you, Richard. That's a good tip, actually. We'll check that out. If it's nice if it's free as well. Thunder said, yeah, they hardly have any desserts. This is true for Prezzo. I think also the thing that gets me in these restaurants is when they serve desserts, it's such a minuscule slice. So you think to yourself, oh, come on. It's minuscule. I think, come on. Richard said, my sister and cousin took me to ZZ's in Romford. My sister said, we're here to eat, not to chat up the waitress. So, did you chat up the waitress? Were you chatting up the waitress?
I tell you what I like about what I liked about Prezzo back in the day. So a few years ago, Prezzo used to do this thing where you could get half and half. So if you didn't know which pasta you wanted, you could try half of one pasta and half of another pasta. So I used to get like half carbonara and half smoked salmon.
You see, sorry to interrupt you there. It's true. It's kid-sized dessert. Thank you, Thunder. Thank you. It is kid-sized dessert. When I thought, this is £7 and it's like a tiny, tiny, tiny slice.
I don't think it's tiny. But anyway, to be fair, there isn't a lot of restaurants where I like their dessert, so I tend not to go. I like to go specifically somewhere.
Do you know
for
what?
dessert.
Actually, what we tend to do if we do eat some, we go out somewhere else and get something dessert elsewhere rather than
Yeah.
the restaurant.
I've come to realize more and more restaurants aren't picking up their game where desserts are concerned.
No.
They're really not, and I feel like if these restaurants don't pick up their game, you're losing money. So restaurants, if you're listening, you need to pick up your game where desserts are concerned.
Well, let me tell you a little story. So apparently, so I've read that Starbucks may not operate in the UK for much longer. Now that might not. That's not to say they're all going to disappear, but apparently, when Starbucks first came into the UK market, they pretty much had coined the market. It was only Starbucks, Costa, Nero, and one or two, say Pret, and that was it. But they said now, remember with Starbucks as well, their cakes are very, very basic, and they've not changed them for many, 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 many years. It's very muffins, a few cakes, that's it. So it will cost them a fortune to change their whole menu. So they're at a crossroads. Do they spend lots of money updating their menu, or do they just get out the country completely and sell up to providers? So that's where it's could happen.
The problem with Starbucks is they had a supplier years ago. We're talking about maybe 5 years ago, and they used to do really lovely lemon slices. They did really nice lemon muffins. They'd get seasonal ones and all of this, and they were really nice. And then all of a sudden they changed suppliers. Well, of course, and the suppliers that they changed to are not good. So why didn't they go back to their previous supplier? I have no idea, and it's just their food's just gone downhill.
Well, that's it, and I think they're
Just
not
gone
going to
downhill.
bother. Now, Richard has just said what we've just said, and he said, what I do for desserts is go elsewhere. Restaurants really need to up their game on desserts, and that is so true.
They do.
Now, when you're seeing our videos as well, we tend to go to these dessert places just to give you guys an idea of where to go. So some of those Korean pancakes that we've been to, obviously the ice cream places that we've been to, is just to show you where you can go. And like I say, for £5-6, you will get a very big dessert for that price.
Yeah.
Better than you would get in a restaurant.
Yeah, like I said, I think there are restaurants that need to up their game. Now that a lot of places are, if you want to keep your customers in and if you want to make more money, you have to. Do you know what I mean? I went to the Ivy in Victoria, and they did this chocolate bomb. And I don't know what foam, I don't know if it was some kind of white chocolate foam they had around, but it was delicious because it looked like cream, but it wasn't cream. And I was just like, oh my God, what is this? And of course, they pour the caramel on top, which melts the bowl.
It's like a chocolate bomb.
It's like a bomb, yeah, which melts the bomb. And then inside you reveal the ice cream. I've got a TikTok on there. If you follow us on TikTok, I do have a TikTok video on there which shows them pouring the thing on, but it looked amazing and it tasted really good. I'm not going to say amazing because I've tasted some really amazing desserts. So there are good desserts and then there are amazing desserts, and I can't tell you of an amazing dessert that I've had here yet.
Oh, I have.
Go on, tell me.
But not in restaurants.
No, go on, tell me where.
Oh, well, look at half the stuff we tried. Creme. I would have said I love.
But that's not a dessert. That's a That's a cookie.
I would have that for dessert. Oh my word! Or the what was it? Milk train. That was delicious.
Yes, I'm not saying that it's not good or delicious. It's not amazing.
Okay, I beg to differ.
Yeah, I'm like one of those ones. Oh my God, this tastes amazing.
So Thunder said maybe Costa's become a bit more popular than Starbucks. Do you know what
I think you're right.
I think you might be right, and also as well, Costa has been bought by Coca-Cola. So Coca-Cola now own Costa. So of course they're going to really. One thing that did shock us is when we went to the United States. Now this is before Coca-Cola had bought it. So before Coca-Cola owned Costa, it was owned by Whitbread Brewers, so it's a British-based company.
Yeah.
And so there were no Costas in the United States. We didn't see any at all. But now it's owned by Coca-Cola. I can't imagine that they would not bring them to the United States.
Yeah, it's a tricky one, isn't it? Because Starbucks pretty much dominates the
in
US.
America, yeah. In America, yeah.
So I think it would be hard. You'd be hard pressed to find another.
Oh,
I wonder who their competitor. So if you're in the States and you're you're watching us now, or you're online, or you're going to watch us later on, which big chain is Starbucks competitor? Because I don't know who Starbucks competitors are in the US. That is.
Richard said the food places you guys go to, my Italian friend goes to. Or if he's got any more suggestions, please drop them in the comments. Let us know, Richard, because we'll definitely try those. Richard also said, here's something to try. When visiting towns or villages, try the local food shops. Might surprise you. Well, do you know what? We did do that in Rochester, didn't we? We tried all the local food, and they were really, really good.
Yeah.
We did try. If you check out our Rochester video, we tried the #1 restaurant in Rochester, which was actually a local. Well, I say local. They've only got 2. They've got one in Rochester and one in Canterbury.
Yeah.
Called Chuck and Blades.
Yeah.
And he sources all their food locally. So it's a burger
yeah.
place, but that was really, really good.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it there.
That's our recommendation if you're ever in Rochester or Canterbury. Check out Chuck and Blades.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think what foods that I've tasted here in the UK. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a place called La Cabana in Lanzarote, and I've got to say their food is just. I've tried several different things on the menu. It's very rare that you can go to a restaurant and try several different things on a menu and it be good. There was somewhere else that we went to recently, and you could try several things on the menu. Because normally when you go to a restaurant, it's normally because they do one dish that's really good, and you go back to having like that dish. Like in Wagamama's, for me, teriyaki salmon. I will always get teriyaki salmon because I really enjoy that dish.
Oh my word, Samuel, hello.
Hey Samuel, how are you?
We've been talking about you a lot, you know. He said, long time no speak. Hope you guys are well. Miss you both. We miss you too. So we want to say a big thank you to Samuel, because Samuel did introduce us to Boonsi.
We had it when he was there. I saw it before and I said to you, let's go. But you were like, oh, I'm tired. But then when Samuel came, we went. We specifically went.
And we've been doing a lot of other places you recommended since. So thank you. And Cran was another one recommended by Samuel.
And Arome was another one.
Which again we've tried as well.
And Japes.
Yes, Japes was fantastic. So we've tried all those. So a big thank you.
Yeah.
We must do another foodie trip soon. We will be well up for that.
Definitely. Whenever you're ready, honestly.
Yeah. Let us know. We'll be well up for that, because we go into London pretty much every week. So.
Yeah, we tried a few things, haven't we, recently? And we've been enjoying sort of like different foods, different places. Lots of ice cream shops have opened up. So we've been trying different ice creams and stuff. But yeah. We've been enjoying it. Yeah,
so we discovered a few more that we probably know anyway, but we'd definitely like to share doing those ones again. But yeah, we just get your take on them. Richard said Romford and where was that? Oh, Thunder said Coca-Cola own it. That's so cool. Maybe I'll make a Coke / ice cream in Costa like they did in McDonald's many years ago. Well, do you know what? I am surprised they haven't changed it. Yeah, I was going to say I'm surprised they haven't changed the menu, because they do own it. But it's a lot of British companies get sold off, like Cadbury's is owned by Kraft.
Yeah.
Richard said Romford and Hornchurch have Godfrey's of Hornchurch do a local huge cake and lunch food, always a sellout. Okay, I've not been to Hornchurch.
No, neither have I.
Samuel said yes, we will get a date sorted. Yeah, please.
Yeah.
So one of my favourite things I did with Samuel, we did with Samuel, was we went to Chinatown. And funny enough, we were looking for somewhere to eat in Chinatown because we wanted to film it. And some of the locals were saying, we overheard some of the locals. I think, well, you and Samuel overheard them.
No, I Googled where to go, and then we were in the queue, and then we heard.
Oh, that was it. And can you remember the name of the restaurant?
London Orient.
London Orient. So London Orient was the one they recommended, and we ate there, and the food was very, very good.
What happened was I Googled where the best place is to eat in Chinatown. London Orient came up. We queued, and then somebody in the queue said, yeah, this is the best restaurant in Chinatown, wherever it was. And I was like, oh my God. So we've picked really well. And I don't know if it was Samuel's first time, but crispy aromatic duck.
Yeah, that was it. So Samuel, there's another place we want to take you to if you want to do the visit again, which was the duck burger place, the confit duck. Frenchie it's called.
Yeah.
For the confit duck burger.
It's only open on the weekends. And then I also want to try in Mameson's, but again, that's only open on the weekend. It's not only open. The thing that I want to try is only available on the weekends, which is the ice cream filled donuts.
Yes.
The ube ice cream.
So we
donuts.
do want, like I said, we are going to do that for you guys. So you can A, see where it is, and B, see what it's like, because we do want to try that for
Yeah.
you. Richard said, if you're heading east London, right up to Romford train branch, I'll point out some great places for you to visit and places to eat.
Wow.
Richard,
Okay.
we will do that as well, and then we definitely would like to collab with you as well at some stage,
Yeah.
because we would like to do that. Definitely some good places to try and point those ones out as well.
Yeah, there's a couple of places that I've seen that I really want to try. I know I've mentioned this already, but you want to try Darlish.
Yes.
And obviously Dirty Ice Cream, which is Mameson's.
Yeah.
There is there's a couple of places that I've
seen. So tast-a-licious is another one we want to try.
Yeah, and I want to go back to Italy. I actually want to see.
Yes.
Because my original plan was to take my nephew to Italy, and then they got a few stores in there. They got amazing cakes in there. Now that is another place. Right, we're talking about amazing desserts. Now that it's popped into my mind, that Julian Plumard.
Yeah.
Amazing cakes. I can honestly recommend amazing cakes.
Now, Julian Plumard is not based in London, so if you're ever in Brighton, that's where you go. It's very close to the train station, actually. If you're walking, there's one main road when you come out the train station that heads all the way down to the sea, and it's on the right-hand side, Julian Plumard.
Yeah, we were getting off the we were at Blackfriars and we could see everyone getting on the train because it was Pride.
Yeah.
And everybody was dressed in all their flamboyant stuff and their like sparkly skirts and all of this, and they were going up. It's going to be busy down in Brighton. But I remember my cousin used to go and she loved it when the Pride was on and stuff like that. But yeah, so I knew it was going to be very busy. But whoever was in Brighton, I hope that. I wonder if he got busy. Oh, he must have gotten busy while during that.
Oh, good God, yeah.
When there's something like that happening down there. But the cakes, they're expensive, but my goodness, they're really, really, really good. Another amazing place.
So I was going to say, we did put it as a video. You'll be able to check out the short. We did it on one of our YouTube shorts, so it's only a short video, but do check out you'll be able to see it.
Yeah. And the other place, I had it in my mind. It was another cream cake place. No, I can't think of it now. It'll come back to me, and then I'll say, "Oh my God, that's the other nice place."
So Thunder's asked us.
It's come back. Italy, their cakes, they're Italian cakes, right? Yeah. In the middle. So if you're ever, Italy is in Liverpool Street, and it's a big Italian indoor market. They have one in Vegas. They have one all over. They have one in Vegas. They have one in Liverpool Street. There's a couple of other cities that they have them in. But I thoroughly recommend that you go there and try these amazing cakes. They're in the middle of the aisle. Oh, just too good.
But yeah, so it's EA, so eat as in eat. So it's a play on words, Eat Alley, for anybody who hasn't heard of it before.
Yeah, we went to the one in Vegas.
Yeah, the one in Vegas was really, really good as well. But did you prefer the one in Vegas or the one in London? I haven't been to the one in London yet.
I haven't actually eaten at the one in London.
Oh.
I've only got the cakes. Because that was the day that I went to Duck and Waffle.
Oh, right. Yes, you wouldn't have
So Duck and Waffle is right, not too far, almost across the road from each other. So when you go to, I'm pointing there because when you go to Duck and Waffle, then you walk down and you cross over the road and you've got Italy. But I thoroughly recommend. I've not tried the restaurants, but I thoroughly recommend the cakes. And they did these amazing cookies. They were mini. Cookies that I bought for you.
Yes, they were delicious. They were.
Yeah, amaretti cookies.
But they were all sort of egg white, which is hardened. It was really delicious. Really, almost like mini meringues.
Yeah, there were mini meringues and there was mini amaretti biscuits. Yeah, they were amazing. So thoroughly recommend them. They are expensive. These places that we do talk about, when the food is, I haven't been to an economical restaurant yet where the food's amazing. No, unfortunately,
you just won't get that. You've got to have to pay for quality.
Yeah.
Thunder said, "What's your two favorite food / drink of all time?" Oh, do you know what? Someone once asked me that. What would your last meal be if you could have it? And I've got to say, I'm going to call me boring, but I love my favorite food. I'm just going to admit it is pizza. I love pizza.
My favorite food would be a roast dinner.
Really?
Yeah.
After all that,
it'd be steak or roast dinner.
So for mine, it has to be those seafood pizza. And when I say seafood pizza, I don't mean tin tuna, as Pizza Hut does it, but it would be actual fresh seafood on it. So I love things like mussels, prawns, clams, that type of thing on it. Even calamari on it is delicious. I know. That's not traditional Italian. Please don't at me, Richard. But good choices, he said. What would your guys be? So, guys, what is your, putting the question to you, what's your favourite food stroke drink of all time? If you had your last meal, what would it be? What would you choose?
My favourite drink is pina colada. I really like pina colada. I think it's delicious. And Barnum and Bailey's. TGI Fridays used to do this drink called Barnum and Bailey's. Loved it.
Richard said, I'm part Italian. I could inbox some recipes. Please do. He said, and I hate it when people break the pasta. Oh, the pain to see that. So that's what I just said. So please don't at me, Richard, because I know you're part Italian, and I know that would really annoy you, me putting seafood on a pizza. Thunder said, by the way, I would recommend Hare and Tortoise. It's an amazing Japanese restaurant in Bloomsbury.
I've actually been to.
Oh, have you?
Yes, I have.
I've not been.
It's actually not called the Hare. Oh yeah, it's called the Hare and Tortoise. They used to have. Do you know they used to have one in Blackfriars, but they closed it now. And I actually enjoyed them. And I went with someone, and she really enjoyed. I thought the food was good, but she really enjoyed it.
Talking of which, Georgina, hello. Georgina said that must have been the day I bumped into you, Kelly, when you.
Yes, that was the day. That was the day. Did you have a nice trip, by the way?
Oh yeah, how are you? I think. And did you enjoy? Yeah, did you have a good trip? I hope you did. Richard said pizza, anything goes. So I get a buy because Richard said I get a buy because anything goes.
Possibly.
So Thunder said the full cheese pasta from Cheesecake Factory is the best food of all time.
Oh,
wow!
really?
Now we've not tried that. We've had my favourite dish I've ever had at the Cheesecake Factory is the southern fried catfish.
Yeah.
Sorry, the southern fried catfish. That's my favourite dish of all time. Really, really good.
Was it blackened?
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't blackened. Okay. It wasn't blackened. No. But it was fantastic.
I really enjoyed the dishes at Bahama Breeze.
Oh, Bahama Breeze is another one we would recommend.
They did this salmon encrusted with like almonds and all of that. It was delicious. And then there was something else on the menu. Again, there's several things on the Bahama Breeze menu that I can honestly say, yeah, I enjoyed that. I can get that. And it's very rare that I go to a restaurant and I can enjoy several dishes on the menu.
Charlie said, enjoyed your video where you put the ABBA song on.
Oh, yes.
Night was that video you hate on the video.
Say that again. What was that last one?
He said, yeah, I enjoyed your video where you put the ABBA song. The night was, I think is it Oh What a Night? He said the night video you hate on the video.
The night video I hate on the video.
Thunder asked, was the catfish spicy? It was. Do you know what? It was ever so slightly. I think they peppered it.
Yeah. So
I think they peppered it, but it was really good, and they did like a salsa with it, which is really, really good. But do you know what? I don't think they do it anymore because Kelly and I went to the Cheesecake Factory about 3 years ago.
And they didn't do it.
When we did to Vegas, and they'd taken it off the menu, so I was gutted because I really wanted to eat that.
It's the Boon Chic menu. That's the that I had to just listen to it quickly. That's the Boon Chic.
That's the Boon Chic one. Yeah, that's the one we had the Korean corn dog.
And the night one is that I don't know what the night one is. I'm not sure, but we also went to Happy.
Yes,
the restaurant Happy.
Richard said, my favourite meal of all time is double pie and mash and liquor with a cup of tea, followed by apple crumble and ice cream. Oh, wow, that is so specific. Now, the double pie and mash, one thing I do like it when they serve pie and mash is obviously they get the mash and they scrape it on the side of the plate. You don't dollop it, you have to scrape it on the side. And the liquor is the parsley sauce, of course, which you have over the top. Charlie's, yeah, so with it, I have had the vegetarian one, which is really, really good. But there is something really nice. It's very, very simple. So it's mincemeat, and I mean just not as in mince pie, but mincemeat. And it's very simple seasoning. It's just salt and pepper. That's it, and with a gravy in it. But then you have it with the liquor, and then you have it with the parsley sauce, and you have it with the mashed potato.
Never had it.
But it's real comfort food. What's really nice with that is if you have it with, they do vinegar, and if you have chili vinegar with it, that's really good. Charlie said, what food do you like, Mark? Pizza. Charlie, my favorite is pizza. What about you? What is your all-time favorite, Charlie? What do you enjoy? If someone was to say to you, I will buy you any food you like, what would you go for?
Oh, I don't know. I've got several foods: fried chicken,
Yeah.
steak. I love a steak.
You just
I like a ribeye, a nice ribeye steak. Oh,
you just said
and
Saturday
roast.
roast. I was going
I
to
love a
say.
Sunday roast.
Thunder said it's a shame when restaurants remove certain foods because it can put people off from going back there and trying other
Yeah.
things. Do you know what? I was really looking forward to that, Thunder. I really, really was looking forward to having the catfish. So I said to Ken, let's go. We'll do dinner. We'll do Cheesecake Factory. So the Cheesecake Factory in Vegas is right next to Caesar's Palace. So let's do it. And then we got there, and I was so looking forward. The queue was huge, so we waited a good 20 minutes to get in. 20 minutes, even half hour. We got in. I thought, oh, catfish. Got down there. I must have scanned that menu 6 times to look for it. And I even said, "Do you do the catfish?" They went, "No." So I thought, "No." So I had something else. Of course, I don't want fish and chips there because I have fish and chips in the UK. I want to, because I'm in America, I want something different.
That's the thing. But when you have something in your mind and then you can't deviate from that.
No,
thing,
I did
whereas
have something else.
I can say, oh, you don't have it, and I'll be disheartened for a little while, but it wouldn't. I would just quickly choose something else.
No, I did choose something else.
No, I'm not saying that you did, but that
Well,
you
I
didn't.
didn't have much.
Yeah,
choice.
exactly. Unless we were going to get up and leave after waiting for however long.
No,
yeah.
that wasn't going to happen.
No, exactly.
And don't worry, I made up for it by having one of their cheesecakes.
Yeah.
Go for the pineapple. That's my recommendation.
And I can't eat every. Again, like I said, I feel like I have to go to there's only one place that I've been where I enjoy the food and the dessert, and that's Wicked Spoon in Vegas.
Oh yeah.
And it's very rare that I can go somewhere and I can eat food and a dessert.
Charlie said, "How many videos have you done altogether?" So Charlie's done 494. We'll do a little bit.
I don't think we've done 494, but I can tell you how many videos we've done. 450.
Oh, so nearly there.
Yeah, 450.
We're catching you up. The other thing is as well, Charlie. Oh, Charlie said he went to McDonald's in Hull at St Andrew's Quay. What did you have? And what's your favourite thing from McDonald's, by the way? Do you know what? I don't tend to eat McDonald's, but I do like their McFlurry.
Yeah, we don't get a lot. We do. I mean, I like a couple of things. Like if I go into McDonald's, I can choose several things on the menu that I will like. McChicken sandwich. I don't. Do you know what? I don't tend to get Big Macs anymore because they repeat on me. I think it's the sauce. It repeats on me. But I really love a Big Mac. But I don't tend to get it anymore because it just doesn't agree with me. But yeah.
Now, Richard said something which is very, very true. Proper pizza Italian is cooked by flames, not microwaved and not electric ovens. That's right. So not Italian.
Yeah.
Pineapple on pizza is a Caribbean thing, hence the name. Oh, I didn't know that actually.
Oh, I thought it was Hawaiian. But that's why it's called Hawaiian.
Do you know what? Kelly always says that to me. You can have pizza anytime, but it's not the same. I can tell you here and now, I have bought many supermarket type pizzas from the lowest range right up to expensive ones, and they are just not the same, because the reason being is you cannot get your conventional oven hot enough. There's just no way, even if you put it right to the top.
It's not that, but
it is not
anywhere you go, unless it's seafood pizza, you're pretty much disappointed.
No, that's not true. I have all kinds of different pizzas. That's my favorite, but I will slum another pizza. How many views have you got altogether? Charlie's got 10,471. That is a lot.
Wow.
That's really impressive. Richard said, when people say fruit, don't go on pizza, but tomatoes are fruit. Yeah, that is true.
Tomatoes are fruit, yeah.
And also as well, one thing I've got into actually has been jackfruit. Because a lot of vegan.
Have you been getting into jackfruit?
Well, no, I'll tell you why, because a lot of vegan alternatives to chicken will be jackfruit.
Jackfruit, yeah.
So I've been trying that. I thought this is not bad, and I think, oh, it's jackfruit. I've not had it raw.
Well, yeah, you have had it raw once.
But I didn't take to it. But cooked, I did quite like it.
For me, I have had it raw. I don't think I've had it cooked, but it just reminded me of like cooking. Like, so clearly, when I was younger, at some point, I ate it when it was in cooking.
Yeah.
Because when I ate it in my adult life, it just reminded me of something that I would have had, and the smell and the taste just it was very weird, because it just tasted like something that I would have had in a dish.
Well, funny enough, we were going to do is it Wing Shack? we were going to do.
Oh yeah, Wing Shack. Yeah.
And we went there, and the idea was we were going to do a video for you guys so you could see it. But of course, when I got there, they completely sold out all the vegetarian options, so there was nothing for me to have, unfortunately.
Well, there was that jackfruit burger, but you didn't want the jackfruit.
No, I couldn't.
burger.
And they was all out. They said we had no jackfruit.
Okay.
All their veggie, basically, pretty much all their vegan and veggie options.
Yeah, I know they were out of the chicken wings
because they had no jackfruit. I couldn't have anything.
Yeah.
So that's why I moved on. We went into Marlowe's.
Yeah. We did.
Richard said my island trip challenge is to eat and drink all local stuff and buy local. We'll look forward to that video actually because it'll give us some indication of it. And actually, in fact, that's really good because you're supporting local business.
I was watching your video the other day, and he goes, "I've got the carriage all to myself, my own carriage," and he was just in the carriage on his own.
I've not seen that one yet. I'm gonna have to catch up on your videos. Charlie said the McDonald's burger have gone up by 20 pence per burger.
Yeah, they've all gone up. Yeah, there's not a 99 pence because they used to have a 99p menu, but they don't have. I don't even know if they call it. I think they just call it Savers Menu now or something like that. Because they used to call it 99 pence menu, and then they changed it because obviously the prices went up naturally because it was inflation. But they've actually gone up even more. So I don't know if they call it the Savers Menu anymore. They might do because it would still be classed as a Savers
Well, it's
menu.
still cheaper than everything else.
Yeah.
So, I mean, £1.20 isn't too bad, or £1.19 isn't too bad for a burger. Still, I didn't realise that, but if you go to Sweden, my friend Paul went to Sweden because he's got friends over there, and he said it's about £20 for a burger and chips and chips. It's very, very expensive to live in Sweden. Very, very expensive. He said, you'll go to McDonald's and you're spending nearly, like if you go out for a meal, it's in the hundreds. Just for a regular restaurant. He said it's so expensive to eat there. That's why people only eat out as a treat once a month because it's so expensive to eat.
Wow.
Because everything's imported.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, I suppose, yeah.
That's the reason why. So, but yeah, McDonald's and chips, he said, were about 20 quid. He's like, whoa, this is expensive. Richard said, McDonald's 99p ice cream. Hate it. Hate it is in 30 seconds. Waste of money. So small. The £1.19 one is better. That's a thing. Do you know what? I've noticed that with things like Starbucks. That's the largest one they do. But the medium's about this and the small's about this. But the price difference is only pennies.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make any sense to get a small. You are much better off getting a large.
Yeah. Because I think it's like 50p extra to get that size.
But that's what I mean. Because the small is such a high price anyway. You might as well go for the large.
Yeah. It's crazy. But I feel like pricing in general is inconsistent, and
well, it's to force you to go for the bigger one.
Yeah,
you're effectively paying for a larger one anyway, so you might as well go for it.
Yeah, it's a bit
right. So Thunder asked us, do you like McDonald's breakfast?
Yes,
Kelly does. I don't, I'm afraid. I'm not a fan. So Thunder, I was going to say, if there's any breakfast, a cheap breakfast I would recommend would be the Toby Carvery. You get as much as you want to eat, and it is very good value for money for what you get. You really do get a lot of food for the price.
Yeah, because I think it's something like, is it £5 or £6?
And like I said, that's unlimited breakfast.
It's unlimited.
Unlimited food. You do have to pay for the coffee additionally.
Yeah, additionally for the drinks. Yeah,
but the coffee's unlimited as well, or the tea, depending on what you have.
And if you're getting a lemonade or something on tap. Again, it's unlimited, so unlimited lemonade or Pepsi or whatever it is that they do. But yeah, for like, I think it's like about £5 or £6. I think recently it might have gone up. But unlimited, and you get bacon, you get sausages, you get hash browns, tomatoes, eggs, fried eggs, scrambled eggs, all of that type of stuff, beans. Toast, it's unlimited.
So Richard said I need to give upper crust a review. Well, funny enough, there's always upper crust in railway stations.
Yeah.
Well, I've always noticed they've got an upper crust, and I've never ever, because I always think, I never go to these places because I always think they're going to charge the earth because it's in a railway station. Do let us know what that's like.
Yeah,
I will try an upper crust. I always go to Greg's if I'm going to go for a pastry, just because they're so much cheaper.
Yeah, I think that I don't eat a lot of Greg's and things like that. I do sometimes. I used to eat them a lot when I was younger. but they're not places that I would go to now.
I'm going to totally agree with Thunder. I'm going to totally agree.
Oh,
So Thunder said, yeah, you're right. And Toby Carberry mac and cheese is so nice. Do you know what? I've got to say, because the thing is what, because Toby Carberry is cheap, I just think to myself, when I saw the mac and cheese, I thought to myself, it's not going to be great because it's cheap. It's so good. It's really, really good for the price. It's better than some of the more expensive restaurants we've been to and had the mac and cheese. I actually preferred Toby Carvery's one. So he asked, are we going to go there anytime soon? We haven't got plans to reset, only purely because we've shot the video so many times. But I think we will do again. I think.
Well, we've done the video 3 times. We've done 1 breakfast and 2. I think we've done 2 lunches. So we could do another breakfast because we haven't done one for a while.
And actually, fact, we did promise the boys we'd take them out to a breakfast, so we could actually film that doing it. So yeah, we might do another little Toby Carberry actually breakfast just as a little treat. Next time you go out, actually, you could even go when you go out with them again.
Yeah.
Oh, they did ask me to go.
Yeah.
So I will take them out. Richard said sign up with so hopefully soon, Thunder, we'll definitely look to do that because we do want to do another short. We'll probably do it as a short this time.
Yeah.
But just so you can see it. Yeah, the mac and cheese is underrated. Do you know what? For the price, I would actually go as far as to say, pound for pound, that's the best mac and cheese I've had. Pound for pound.
I'd like to go on a day where they do the lamb because they do lamb, but only on a certain day.
Yeah, that's right.
And I can't remember which day it is. I want to say it's a Thursday, but I don't think it is. But I do want to go on a day that they actually do lamb because I would like to try that.
I need to book another day off work and we can go. I've lost my thing. Oh yeah, right, that was it. Richard said, sign up with a bike card, train station food outlet discounts. What's that? Because that's like, can you actually get a discount for train station food? Do let us know, Richard, because that sounds really, really good.
I normally sign up with Taste.
I didn't realise. The Taste card, but I'm just interested what that is. So Richard talks about a bike card. Charlie said, one St. Charlie's Dolby Street's channel has got 49 views. Yes, because you've got your other channels, Charlie. So I do know you've got about 5 or 6 channels now, actually.
I don't know how you dedicate yourself.
I know, I've got so many channels. Thunder said, the mac and cheese is underrated. It is. So guys, if you ever go to a Toby Carvery, that is my recommendation. Do try the mac and cheese. It is very underrated.
And I don't mind the desserts there.
They're not
I don't mind. They're not mind-blowing and all that. But I don't mind them.
But they're good value for money as well. And they're actually a good portion size. Richard said, today we got a gingerbread man from Tesco with 69p. Went to 29p because of one leg on the gingerbread man was broken. Do you know what? That's absolutely fine. That's absolutely fine because it's not going to affect the taste. That's
exactly.
That's a really good steal. When I used to work for Tesco many years ago. And like I said, the secret is to always go at the ends of the day, because they'll reduce all the bakery stuff. I don't know if they still do that, but you can get some really good deals.
A lot of places do reduce food towards the end of the day. And what I do like with some of the bigger ones, places like Pret and all of that, they give their food away to the homeless. So I do like things like that. Sometimes because at one point they were putting all the food in bags and leaving it outside the shop. And anybody who came past the shop, like, cyclists. Whenever cyclists will come past, like the messenger ones and where the ones who are working on their bicycles, they would come by and they would open up the bags and take food out of it because obviously it's at the end of the day, they leave it in there. But to throw, when I used to see that, and this was in Covent Garden, and I used to just think, oh my God, all of that food waste, it's just crazy. And then I used to see Pret go down and sort of like give it to the homeless and stuff. And
Pret do that.
Excellent.
Richard said, Tesco do that still. I go shopping at night at the city on the way home and help the homeless as well. Oh, that's really good to do that.
What I used to do is anything that I couldn't eat. So if I got the restaurant, there used to be this homeless man that I used to see, and any time when I used to sort of like, have any leftovers that I couldn't eat, I'd get it boxed up because I used to see him regularly.
Right.
And I'd give him, my leftover pizza. One day me and my cousin, she's passed away now, unfortunately, but we went to TGI Fridays one time, and I got my leftovers boxed up, and I said to her, "Oh, I want to walk around and see if I can find a homeless person." We were in Covent Garden. We went to the Covent Garden TGI Fridays. We walked all around Charing Cross. Do you think I could find one homeless person that day? I could not find one homeless person that day.
You're going the wrong places.
No, I know the places where to go. Central St Martin's is right there.
Yeah, yeah, that's where they.
That's I know where the homeless people normally sort of like are around, because I know those locations because I pass them all the time because I used to work up that side. And that day I could not find one homeless. Me and my cousin our minds were blown. We couldn't find someone.
Thunder said Tesco also do a really nice vegetarian spicy bean fajita wrap. Definitely recommend. I'll have to try that.
That'd be for you.
Do you know what? They used to do really good Mexican bean burgers. Sorry to hear about your cousin, said Thunder.
Oh, thank you. It's been a while now, but yeah, still, but yeah.
Yeah. They used to do really, really good spicy bean burgers. They called spicy Mexican bean burgers, they were called. Frozen ones. Really, really good.
Yes, I remember you used to get those, yeah.
Oh, now Charlie said, go to the Farmhouse Inn. It's a carvery pub. You can get beef dripping potatoes and carvery burger.
Carvery burger?
Oh, wow. And the exercise of them is about 3 layers high cake. Try it out, Mark and Kelly. All right. Do you know what? Actual fact, thank you, Charlie, because I've never seen that before, where they do beef dripping potatoes. Most of the time, they don't. Most of the carveries we've been to, they don't do that. So I've not seen beef dripping potatoes. So that's interesting.
Interesting, yeah.
Because I said that to you. If you traditional Yorkshire puddings would have been baked in beef dripping.
Yeah.
And that's what they've given them the flavour.
Oh right. Yeah, because I was talking about my my stepdad's sister. She made these Yorkshire puddings one day, and they were the best Yorkshire puddings I had ever tasted. I mean, they come from up north anyway.
Yeah.
So they were all sort of like dotted around Doncaster and all of that. And she made these from scratch.
Yeah.
And now I know a lot of people that make Yorkshire puddings from scratch, but I've got to say, I've never tasted Yorkshire pudding since then, but they were delicious. I've never tasted Yorkshire pudding since then. As good as that is what I mean. I've tasted Yorkshire pudding, but not as good as that.
No. So yeah, beef dripping. Beef dripping was but that's interesting as well that they use the beef dripping. Thanks for the tip though, Charlie. So it's the Farmhouse Inn. You'll have to Google that one.
Now I resign now to make a note of everything that people tell me, because then otherwise I'm like, oh, well, what did that person say again?
Yeah, Kelly's got loads and loads of extensive notes on it. My best meal out was at the Hamleys VIP booking red carpet day. Is that Hamleys the toy shop? I got greeted with drinks and food there. Nice sausage rolls. Oh my God, super nice. Forgot to ask the food company. Was actually how you went to Hamleys VIP? Is that Hamleys the toy shop? Because there's for anybody that knows, there's a Hamleys in Regent Street, which is huge in London.
Yeah.
And there's a few in airports as well, but there's one in Heathrow, Hamleys, and there's one, I'm pretty sure there's one in Gatwick.
I was about to say, I think the only one that I've seen is in Gatwick, actually. I can't remember Heathrow, I've got to be honest. I think there's a Harrods in Heathrow.
But if it was Hamleys, the toy shop, that sounds amazing. How did you get to do that? That sounds really good.
Yeah. I mean, there was an event that I went to, a friend of mine took me, and it was I think it was in Armani. It was in an Armani store.
Right.
And she used to get these special events and stuff, and I used to go with her. And they did this finger food, and they did this finger food where it was like passion fruit, but it was on this sugar spoon, like a bit like what you find on a candy apple, but less, a bit more softer. And you bit into it. Was so good. Like the finger food there was so. I brought my cousin with me as well, and I will never forget. It was so good. That Armani party. It was just like you would just walk around looking at stuff. Obviously looking at stuff you can't afford. And eating all of this up. It was really nice. Yeah.
Richard said, yeah, it was Hamleys toy shop. Right. I went to see Star Wars pre-launch drone event. Only 50 tickets. Right. I got 2. Oh, well done.
Oh, wow.
That sounds amazing. I
Yeah.
didn't even realise they had done it. I've not been there for years.
Yeah, I don't think I've been to Hamleys for years.
Oh, Thunder said, random questions. I'm a new subscriber to your channel, and I'm
Oh,
really
thank
thank you for
you.
that. Really,
Thank you.
how did you two meet?
Ooh.
I'll let Kelly tell the story.
Okay, I have told the story before, but I'll tell you. So basically, I signed up for an acting class. I used to love acting and stuff like that, and I hadn't done it for a while, so I thought I'll sign up to acting class. And on the first day, well, you tell the story because,
Yeah, so I was signed up to the same class. So on the first day, I walked in. I'll never forget it. Kelly walked in late, and I thought she just walked in going, "Yeah, so I'm late." And I thought, "Whoa, what the attitude!" But we started. Funny enough, I don't know why, but we ended up doing a lot of scenes together in this acting class. This is many years ago, and as we kept on doing them, of course, like I suppose we got closer. We spent a lot of time with each other. Then, of course, we left this car. We lost contact for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then we got back together again, and then we started to see each other.
Yeah. But what I wanted to say is when I walked in and I said, sorry, I'm late, I was actually very shy.
Yeah, I didn't realise that.
And he just thought, the way I came across, he thought I had an attitude problem, but I didn't. I was like, oh, sorry, I'm late. So, and it's just so funny the way that you feel inside and the way that other people perceive you. Like a lot of people perceive me as, I don't know, sort of sometime-ish, or maybe, what's the word? You know, when you don't get involved in things, I forget the word now. But anyway, sometimes is the best word that I can think of at the moment. But there's another word, it will come to me later. But actually, I'm not. It's either I'm totally oblivious as to what's going on, or I'm thinking about something else, or I'm concentrating on something else, or I'm just not listening to whatever it is you're saying because my mind is elsewhere. But I think a lot of people perceive me. And do you know what? Yeah, they just perceive me as maybe I don't know. It's funny because a friend of mine who I used to work with, she was saying a lot of people are just scared of you, and I'm like, for what reason? But the thing is, sometimes I say things or speak my mind, but to me it's just normal. So it's not a thing of I'm being like awkward or whatever. I'm just speaking because that's how my parents sort of brought me up. They just say things. And as well, whenever you meet a Mauritian person, there are different sort of variations, I suppose. But normally you would just say like I could walk into a family member that I've never met. Oh, you're quite a big girl, aren't you? Blah blah blah. Yes, you need to do your exercise every day, and and they've got no qualms. There's no filter.
So Kelly's background is from Mauritius.
Yeah, they've got no filter to tell me, oh yeah, you're very overweight and blah 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 or anything like that. So when I say something, and I didn't realize, and it was only because somebody mentioned it to me in secondary, not in secondary school. My friend went to uni in Kingston, and she met a guy, and she liked the guy, but the guy didn't like her, but he thought he was up himself, and she was like, I can't wait for him to meet you because you're going to tell him how he is. And I didn't even realize I was this person that they perceived me to be, and I was just like, huh? And it was just like, yeah, I can't wait for him to meet you because you're just going to tell it as it is, blah blah blah. And I'm just like, am I? And but it's just normal for me to sort of say something, but my mum is real one. She's got no
filter
whatsoever at all.
But yeah, so thank you for being the new subscriber to the Thunder, and thank you everyone. As we all always appreciate all our subscribers, and we do really thank you for that as well, because it's what makes the channel possible. So lovely to have you on board, and hopefully you'll like more of our videos. Charlie asked, what's the famous thing in London? There's many famous things in London. I think for us, so of course we've kind of sort of covered a whole wide range of things, food and places as well to go. So I think for us, the most famous things I'd say we filmed. Do you know what? We haven't done many of the sites actually in our channel. We've never filmed like Big Ben or...
No, but I was about to say, I suppose the most well-known would be Buckingham Palace.
Yeah. So, and we haven't filmed that either.
We haven't, but there is a park, and do you know what? I was going to film it the other day. You know the park that we used to go to, which was just sort of off Pall Mall?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when Mark and I first met, like I said, we met in an acting class, and we kept it in touch with each other and all of that. And there's a park just off Pall Mall, and sometimes we'd go there, we'd sort of like sit down, have a little bit of a chat or whatever, and then and it's a little park that's just off. And I don't know if a lot of people know, because it's never packed down there.
No, it isn't.
I don't think we've ever been when it's packed.
A quaint little place, isn't
Yeah,
it?
and there's one, and there's also another park just off of Villiers Street, which these lovely gardens. Again, it's never really packed in there. So yeah, just these little pockets.
Yeah, so Thunder said, oh, that's a sweet story, and no worries, your channel is very entertaining, but it's judgmental for people to comment on your look. I'm afraid people are always judgmental.
Yeah, they do. You just, do you know what? I think this morning I just thought to myself, because somebody mentioned something yesterday, and they went, "Oh, hi!" And because they hadn't seen me for a long time, and I've put on weight since they last saw me, that she looked at my stomach, and this is the thing when you're overweight and you see people and they see you and stuff like that, and she looked at me and she went, "Oh, hi, Kelly Belly," like this, but she didn't mean Kelly Belly, but because she saw that I'd put on weight, it was like one of these things. It was like it was just one of those things that people see and say, and you just think to yourself, but they didn't. Yeah, it's yeah, I don't really take offense to it, kind of thing, if that makes sense. And this morning I just came to the realization, but it's not really my problem.
No.
The way that someone sees you, it's not my problem, it's their problem. If
well,
that makes
as
sense.
Rich has said, West Ham United is the best thing in London. Oh, you're going to stir up a lot of things from if there's any Tottenham fans, Arsenal fans, Chelsea fans. But actually, West Ham are doing very well at the moment. They are doing very, very well in the transfer market. And, well, it's only been one day of the season so far. But it'd be interesting to see how it goes. And
I don't watch football, so...
No, I know you wouldn't know. But for the London-based part things as well. But yeah, that's in a very, very brief description of how we met.
Yeah.
And we kind of started the channel back in quite a while ago.
2017. Yeah. I mean, I was a member before that, but when because we were going on a lot of holidays and stuff, and I was watching a lot of YouTube because I was doing research for when we were going on holidays and that. And I just thought, I said to Mark, do you know what? I would like to, talk about our holidays and that, because we were going on quite a lot of holidays. And you were a bit reluctant at first.
Well, do you know what? I thought, I'm not saying I'm good at that. Oh, Mr. Rowe said, well, you're both amazing. Oh, thank you, Mr. Rowe.
Thank you.
And we really appreciate that.
Yeah,
as well.
We do. Thank you.
I thought to myself, I said, okay, I'm not going to be able to talk for ages and stuff like that. I'm not very good behind the camera and da-da-da. But probably I'm not anyway. But it was just really good. The more I've done it, the more I've enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Thunder said, yeah, if people comment on how you look, it's because they're insecure. But it can still hurt when people comment on personal things. That's so true.
Yeah, do you know what? I think it affected me more when I was younger. And I was never overweight when I was younger. So I think what happens is you carry other people's opinion on you. And I think it then manifests. It manifests. Does that make sense? And so you have a lot of time to sort of reflect on things, but unfortunately you reflect on them as you get older. So after it's taken its effect, but then there comes a point when you have to think to yourself, well, you're an adult now, you're in charge of yourself. You cannot take on other people, because to be honest, it's other people's problems. It's not my problem, because I'm happy-go-lucky. Do you know what I mean? Like if I go to a gym class or whatever, I don't go in nervous thinking, oh my God, I'm really overweight, blah, blah, blah. No, I accept, just like if you're going to be picked last for a team or something like that, I accept that I'm overweight and I accept that I'm unfit or whatever. And I've come to the class in order to change that. So no matter how other people look at you or whatever, I don't take that into my mind, kind of thing. So I just go and I remember a few years back, because I've obviously during the pandemic and I've gained a lot more weight, but prior to that, I remember a friend of mine, and she was slim anyway. You get these slim people and they're like, oh, I hate my weight, and I'm just thinking, but anyway, and she wanted to do BMF. This was just before
BMF. For anybody not knowing, is British military fitness.
So at that point, I was overweight, but not to this. But I had been going to the gym and all of that, and it was just before we got back in touch with each other, I think, as well. And she came round to the house. She was crying about her weight and all of this. This is a girl that was a size 10, and I'm just like, why are you crying about your weight? Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, she came and she's crying. Da, da, da. I said, all right, a friend of mine, because where I was working before, she goes, a friend of she was talking about British military fitness. There's a friend of mine talking about it. Let's go. So I booked us a class and we went, and I had to accept that even though I was doing the exercise classes and all of that type of stuff, British military fitness was a different type of thing. So I wasn't going to be fit. I wasn't going to be the slimmest one. I wasn't going to be, you know, the one that could run fast and all of this. And I knew I was going to be the bottom of the class. So once you accept that, once you accept if it is your insecurities of, oh God, I'm going to be the fattest one, let me stand at the back of the class, or stand at the back of the class, that's fine. If you feel you need to stand, do that. But accept that you're going to be, if you can accept that you're going to be the most unfittest one, or the most biggest one, or the most whatever your insecurity is, then that's okay, because you know you're working towards something that is taking you further and further away from that insecurity, so you can be more confident, if that makes sense. So when we went to British military fitness and we had to do all of this running, and I just thought, oh my God, I'm going to be the last one to run around. It just so happened I wasn't, because even though there were people that were slimmer than me, they still couldn't keep up with me, if that made sense.
Yeah.
But I was still, don't get me wrong, because I was still at the bottom of the class kind of thing. And then there was one time we had to run round to this tree. So this was quite a thing that we had to do run. And sometimes when people were running back, the others that were slow as well with me, they go, oh Kelly, let's just run back with the others, so it looks like, you know, we're not going to be the last ones or whatever. And then I would do it. And then this went on for a couple of lessons, for a couple of classes. And then, but because I could tell my fitness was getting better, I then come into competition with myself, which is the best competition. There's no point in competing with other people. I don't compare myself to other people. I don't compete with other people, but I do compete with myself.
So we've had a few comments. So Richard's come in. Hello, Richard Harris.
Hey.
Kelly, you're very beautiful. I hope Mike doesn't mind me saying that. I lost weight for health reasons, which is a really good way to do. But yeah, hello as well, Richard. I hope you're well.
I hope you're well.
He's just checking on you both. Hope all is good. We're good. Thank you. Charlie said, on YouTube, on my channel, I'm working on now. I've done for 3 months. When was my first ever video? Well done. Wow. Richard said, by the way, my Google network marketing course is going very well, very challenging.
Oh, wow.
I forgot you were doing that.
You were doing it.
How is it going? I'm really glad you're doing that as well. That's a really good thing to have. Network marketing skill we all have is that we all sell ourselves on our videos, and people watch and comment and feedback. Good to take notes, which is which is actually very, very true.
Sorry, I'm just going to quickly finish the story.
Yeah, of course you do. So, I was just catching up with the.
So I'd done it a few times, and then on this one time, the girls were going, "Oh, let's just run back," and I was going, "No, I'm going to go around this tree. I don't care if I'm the last one, but I'm going to go around this tree." And that's what I did. I went round the tree, and I wasn't the last one, but I was the second to last one, but I wasn't the last one. And I remember when other people were coming to the class and they were unfit and, you know, slimmer than me and whatnot. Some bigger than me, some slimmer than me, blah, blah, blah. But I don't judge them. And I don't think I judge them because I'm overweight myself. But, you know, some people, they can be overweight and blah, 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 and still judge other people.
Yeah.
But I tend not to. I just think to myself, you know, you're overweight, you're this, you're that. But it's not, no one can say anything to me that I haven't already said to myself, if that makes sense. Because you already think it, you already feel it, you already. So now, I mean, I was thinking about this morning, and I just thought, well, it's not really my problem to take on. And I think whatever insecurities that we have, and I'm not just talking about weight, I'm talking about anything that people feel insecure about, whether they can't read properly, whether they can't write properly, whether, you know, whatever it is that you have, you cannot take other people's, because whatever they think, that's them, that's not you. So, and I was thinking about that this morning, guys. Well, because she said, "Oh, Kelly Belly," and I face things, you know, like I said, when you go to Mauritius, and I remember my aunt saying, "Oh, mais t'es bien gros, tu bien fait ton régime," which is, "Oh my God, you're very big. You really have to do your exercise," and blah blah blah. And I hadn't seen her for, like, I don't know, and I just thought, oh well, you can, you know, but you cannot because they're not saying it. I know when people say it in a hurtful way, and I know when some people are pointing out, you know, what they consider facts or whatever. So I was just like, oh, okay. And at that time, I wasn't even that big. I think I must have been like a size 14 or something like that. And she was telling me I was overweight then. And when you look at the size 14s now, and you're just thinking, well, that's not overweight. But it just shows you how other people perceive you. Because if you're not a size 8 or a size 6, well, yeah, if you're a size 6, it is 6. But if you're not them sort of sizes, they're considering you overweight. Do you see what I'm saying?
Well, this is it. So Thunder said acceptance is half the job. So well done.
Yes,
Change can occur. Richard's got to go. Take care, Richard's
Bye,
Adventures.
Richard.
Take care. Gonna upload some videos. We'll see you soon. Thank you so much for joining.
Take care.
Thunder said it's good that you're confident and don't let other people hold your negativity hold you back, which is very true. Don't let the negativity.
Yeah, I think you can let it get on top of you. And don't get me wrong, so I'm human like anybody else, so it does get on top of me sometimes, but it doesn't get on top of me to the fact of, you know, that it doesn't. Do you know what I mean?
No, totally. No, and this is the whole thing, and I don't think it has. I mean, like I said, I think I do get what you're saying, because your family don't filter sometimes when they talk.
Yeah, I think the immediate family now, they just sort of let me get on with it and don't. But weight in Mauritius is a really big thing. It's a really big thing. They don't even cater for people who are big. If your mum has to be a seamstress, or somebody in your family has to be a seamstress to sew clothes for you, because they don't even go above a size 14. And even when I was a size 14 and I was there, you couldn't get clothes that were size 14.
Richard said, notice you've now got over 700 followers. Your channel picks up new subs each week. Nice work. Thank you, Richard.
Thank you.
But like I said, we've always say that without you guys, we just wouldn't have the show. So it's thanks to you, really, that you makes us get the numbers that we have. And we're so grateful for each and every one of you that are supporting the channel. Because we really enjoy doing it anyway, but it wouldn't be anything without you guys as well. So we do thank you for that. But yeah, we are getting there as well, and we've got a lot more stuff we want to upload as well, especially in trips and things. Richard said, I've never paid attention to another person's opinion of me. My mother told me I never cared since I was a kid about others' opinions of me. We love you too, says Evelyn.
Oh, thank you.
No, and that's so true, actually. That's the whole thing as well. I think it's basically exactly what Thunder was saying. The issue is as well, some people put their insecurities on you by trying to make you feel lower about yourself.
Yeah, but I think they also think that their opinion is...
Well, look, and Charlie got another follower just while we were talking.
Wow. I don't know if they consider their opinion above yours. It's not that they consider their opinion above yours, but it's like an opinion to me that doesn't really warrant any
weight or gravitas.
Yeah. Weight being the opposite word. It doesn't. Yeah.
Oh, Thunder said he's got to go. Thunder, thank you so much
for joining
us as well. We do our videos every Tuesday and every Friday, so we are around on Friday if you want to join us, 6 p.m. UK time. But thank you so much for joining us. Have a good evening. Take care.
Thank you.
Richard said, as long as I treat folk with respect and care, that's good enough for me. Absolutely, Richard. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm all about equality, and just because weight is not in some people's lives it is a disability and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But equality is equality, which is, you know, being able to treat everybody the same. And it's something that I felt when I was younger. And don't get me wrong, because I come from a very judgmental family, and it's taken me a very long time. I mean, I've always been inclusive and stuff like that, but also by Thunder. But there's been times where I myself have judged people and things like that. And what it's about, as I've gotten older and learnt new skills, because you not break away from your family, but you break away from your family's opinions. And when you're brought up by your family, you take on their opinions, or you take on the way that they think and stuff like that. And it's a long time. But even myself, I'm learning and I'm changing every day on how I think about things, you know, trying not to be, you know, judgmental on things, and trying to think in a different way. And sometimes it's difficult. Sometimes because it's something's been so ingrained in you, it's very difficult. But I see it in my family sometimes, that even with themselves about weight and things like that, and it's still a worry. And I just think to myself, like, enjoy your life, man. There are other things that restrain you in life.
Yeah.
Don't let things like that restrain you as well. Or you can allow things to restrain you, but don't let it affect you negatively.
Well, your family are quite risk averse, aren't they? Not all, but some of them.
No, they're not risk averse. In what sense do you mean?
I feel taking risks, not taking any risks.
I think my family do take quite risks. I feel like there
maybe some
are,
of them, some do.
yeah, some of them are risk averse. Yeah. I've got some family members, who are risk averse, but in my actual family,
no, in your immediate family,
they are quite big risk takers, I think. But the other ones who are just sort of like, not the immediate. So like, say, not my mum, my brother, and my sister. Like, we sort of like take risks, but then outside of that, outside of that, the people, a lot of my family members are quite risk averse. For sure. But they still have that because they were brought up in a certain way. They kind of instill in us, and it's just, I feel like I'm quite different to my family. I feel like
you are. That's very true, because I think also as well, because I think you're more of I'm not saying it's difficult to describe. I think because you won't put up with stuff where some of the other members will, maybe.
I feel like some of the other members will put up with certain things, but what I mean to say when I feel like I'm different is I feel like I think in a different way.
Okay.
Like, I feel like I feel like all of my family are very judgmental, and where I do feel like I'm judgmental myself in certain things, I feel like I'm relaxing it a little bit.
Okay.
I don't know if I am. Maybe you don't think so. I don't know.
Well, it's difficult. I wouldn't call you judgmental.
Really?
No, I wouldn't have said you were judgmental at all. I think you're quite open to things.
Yeah, I try to be.
Yeah,
I
wouldn't say you were judgmental.
I try
Some
to
of
be.
Other people are judgmental.
Yeah.
But not you. I wouldn't say have you done as judgmental.
I try to be open, and I try to be more so, and I try to have, because I remember sort of like, I've been in situations where I've been with people with learning difficulties, and other people around them who may have to work with certain people or whatever, and they don't have any type of patience or anything like that, and it baffles me. But I feel like I'm quite patient in those types of situations, and so and even though when you try to explain to other people, well, there are some people that think differently, that they, just because somebody doesn't think in the same way that you do doesn't make them, do you know what I mean? And it's very difficult to explain to someone, because when someone is set on something's not going their way, they're very rigid about it.
Yeah.
And they cannot allow any room for mistakes or any room for people to act in a certain way, it's
that is true. That is true, actually. That is true.
So yeah.
Anyway, guys, we've been going for nearly 2 hours.
Wow.
I know, the time goes flying, and we had such a good time actually talking to you guys. So we're going to leave it there for today, but we will be back Friday, 6 p.m. UK time, as we normally do. Just to let you guys know as well, we will be uploading a few more foodie videos, which we've got coming up as well. So please do keep an eye out for that. We're trying to expand our shorts, because we've noticed we can get a lot more videos in when we do the shorts.
Yeah, because it's very quick for me. So like, sometimes if I don't have enough time to edit a video, so what I've been trying to do lately is if I'm doing the shorts, then to put a fuller length video in case anybody wants to know more information about said video. So like, when I did the ice cream parlor, I did a larger video so that people could see more information. But then if anybody wanted to see bite size, then they could, because then I sort of upload whatever I've done on TikTok. I then try to upload it as a short on YouTube. So yeah.
So that's it. So we will do the shorts, but we will continue to do our longer videos as well for those who prefer those. So keep an eye out for those. Until then, as always, please look after yourself, take care, and remember, you're never too old to have fun. It's going to be a hot one this week, so do take care out in the sun, and hopefully we will see you on Friday, 6 p.m. Have a fantastic week, guys, and we'll hope you see you then. Bye for now.
Bye for now.